What if the defense world is just constructing amazing UAVs but nothing to counterattack them? This could be a real problem, but there is nothing to worry about when the US Army is in the picture. The defense giant has been working for years now to design and develop the best usable counter-drone technology to destroy unmanned systems, which could be a threat to troops and bases. It's not only one system of a weapon that is under construction to primarily detect, access, and engage with the enemy drones, but there are a whopping 7 countermeasures out of 40 systems. Also, the US Naval Force has planned for a 60-person counter-drone system, which could be designed as a command and control system for counter-drone operations. One such counter-drone missile has been in service to the US Navy for 5 decades now. Originally, it was used to counterattack aircraft, but nowadays, these will also be used for counter-drone operations. This shoulder-fired, man-portable defense missile is amazingly designed and deployed for several missions by the US Navy. What are the fascinating aspects of this lethal FIM-92 Stinger missile? How is this missile designed, and what are its variants? Will it continue to serve the US Navy in the future? Let's dive deeper to know some fascinating facts about the FIM-92 Stinger and its amazing development history. Serving the United States Navy since the 1970s, this FIM-92 Stinger is amazingly designed by General Dynamics and manufactured by Raytheon Missile Systems. This shoulder-fired, man-portable defense system is specially designed for speedy engagement and smartly attacking the aircraft. It's been almost 5 decades now since the FIM-92 Stinger became operational under the US Navy, and the past is a proof that signifies lethality against helicopters and transport aircraft. What is so appealing about this FIM-92 Stinger? When compared to its predecessors, which are first-generation Red-Eye missiles, this FIM-92 Stinger is a classic integration with elevated speed, range, and most significantly, improved resistance to countermeasures. This amazing missile is fitter with ultra-modern technology, and it uses infrared homing, which helps the missile to identify which aerial vehicles are home-based and which ones are enemies. The next differentiating and appealing part about this missile is that Stinger can acquire the target easily when the target approaches the operator. But how will this be useful? It can be a great benefit because missiles will now have more time to acquire and destroy the target. This is something that the predecessor FIM-43 Red-Eye Manpad was not equipped with. Not only its technicalities, but how this Stinger is designed and developed is amazing. This is because the FIM-92B missile, an upgraded version of the FIM-92A, can be fired from the M1097 Avenger and the M6 Linebacker. Not only this, but the missile is also capable enough to be launched from a Humvee Stinger rack to airborne troops can also take advantage of this missile. Another fascinating fact about this Stinger is that it is also designed in a helicopter deployed version, which is widely named Air-to-Air Stinger or ATAS. However, in some aspects, the FIM-92 Stinger missile is similar to other missiles. Like other missiles, this Stinger missile is also divided into 3 different sections, namely a guidance section, a warhead section, and a propulsion section. These are the main 3 areas from which the missile mission is entirely controlled. So the first section, which is the guidance section, is the home of the seeker nose, guidance assembly, and control fins. Tracking and processing of the signals are processed in a guidance assembly and sent further to the controlling surface. The next section in the missile between guidance section and the warhead section has a designated area for the missile battery. The next and the last section is a propulsion section, which comprises a flight motor and tail assembly with a launch motor. When it comes to the propulsion part, this missile is developed and designed in such a way that it uses a solid rocket motor for the boost and sustain phase when it's operational. And most importantly, this anti-drone missile, which is owned by the US and many other nations, has an operational range of 8 kilometers with a service life of almost a decade. Interestingly, in its entire life, there is no need for any maintenance or servicing of Stinger. What's the external featurization of this missile? The F-92B Stinger missile, weighing around 22 pounds or 10.1 kg, is somewhere 5 feet in its length, 2.8 in diameter, and 3.9 inches fins. The fins of the missile are closed when the missile is in rest position and opens up when it's set for a mission. The maximum speed of the missile can be as high as Mach 2.54, which is somewhere around 750 meters per second, which is somewhere around 750 MPS, which is only possible because of its 2-stage solid fuel sustainer. When launched, the Stinger has a targeting range of up to 4,800 meters, and Stinger can also amazingly engage in low-altitude enemy threats at up to 3,800 meters. Once launched, the missile could be highly destructive because the warhead of the missile had 1.02 kg of HTA-3, which is a combination of HMX, TNT, and aluminium powder, and these explosives will be proven dreadful once released. However, it has a specific self-destruct timer of 17 seconds after it's launched from the launch tube. Before diving deeper to know everything about the extraordinary creation by the US, especially for counter-drone operations, make sure you subscribe to our channel to know more about incredible drones and defense equipment that'll revolutionize the defense system. How many variants of the F-92 Stinger missiles are launched? The variants of the F-92 Stinger missiles are many of them, but the three basic or the core variants in use as of now are the Stinger Basic, Stinger Passive Optical Seeker Technique or POST, and Stinger Reprogrammable Microprocessor or RMP. All of these variants can correspond to the versions such as FIM-92A, FIM-92B, FIM-92C and FIM-92D, which go up to FIM-92K alphabetically. There is also an additional version named Air Defense Missile Suppression, which is equipped with an additional passive radar seeker, and also these can be used against radar wave transmitters. There are some other differences in all of them, taking into consideration the ultra-modern versions, which are POST and RMP, which are installed with dual detector seeker, that is IR and UV. Also, this version of the missile is loaded with a new set of software via ROM chip, which is inserted into the grip. What's the operational history of the FIM-92 Stinger missile? The first production lot of FIM-92A began in 1978, and gradually year after year, the US planned the upgraded versions of the missiles. After a point, the US planned for different blocks of production of missiles, like the Block 1 or FIM-92E missile was planned in 1992 and was delivered to the US Navy in 1995. The next block, that is Block 2 or FIN-92F, was planned in 1996, but with some delays and issues in the production sector, it was delayed until 2004. With every new block, or say every new missile, there was an update in software and also new sensors were installed in the missile to make it stealthier. It was since 1984 when lots of Stinger were allotted to the US Navy for point defense. These missiles were allocated to Middle Eastern waters with a group of 3 trained soldiers that can perform their duty as well as launch the missiles. These missiles will also now be reprogrammed with microprocessors by 2023, which will upgrade the existing missiles and also extend their service life of those. This new system of the Stinger will be compatible with the Stinger Vehicle Universal Launcher, which can be used to defeat fixed and rotary wing aircraft, and also Group 2 and 3 UAS. In total, there are almost 8,000 missiles designed and awarded by 2026. However, there is no deadline for when they will be ready for operation. A specific system known as Drone Defenders is a must for any government and organization who are willing to protect their assets, people, and information from unmanned aerial systems attacks and intelligence gathering. These drone defenders are specially designed for layered defense at sensitive sites, protection of mobile forces and convoy operations, and protect naval and foreign port deployments and operations. This system is a major advantage because it's easy to use, lightweight to carry, easily deployable, and can also be operated within just a few seconds. Also, these drone defenders have a logging feature that can help capture information with ease and speed. These drone defenders are pre-programmed and installed with a safety mode which minimizes risk for the drone itself during the mission. So what are your thoughts on the amazing creation by the US Naval Force for counter-drone operations? Are other countries also on the radar to develop something of this sort? Do let us know your views in the comments section. And before we wrap up, if you're interested in other fascinating things about combat drones, make sure to check out our video on the US testing some extraordinary and lethal drones that was just launched by the Navy. You can go check this out after the video. And if you enjoyed watching it, make sure to hit like, share and subscribe to our channel for more exciting content. See you in the next video.